Hi there, students. A covenant, a countable noun. And you can also use it as a verb, to covenant. Let's see, a covenant is a formal word talking about a formal agreement, a formal deal, a promise between two or more people. Yeah, but I think this is a very formal word. Yeah, it's a binding agreement, a contract. Let's see, this word is particularly used in legalese, in legal language. Yeah, particularly in land law with a rental or a lease or something like that. The owner covenants to look after the exterior of the building. Yeah. Or maybe a covenant in a contract is a term within a contract. Yeah, it's a condition within it. Yeah, and normally if you violate these covenants, then it means you're in breach of contract. Okay, but let's see, it's a formal agreement. So for example, the covenant of the League of Nations, this is an agreement between various countries to act in a certain way. Okay, so it's a formal written agreement. Yeah, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Okay, it's an agreement between various people, but this is written down and this is registered. Yeah. So effectively it's a deed or a contract, yeah, that is written down in law. It's an agreement to do something or not to do something. Yeah, so a covenant, a very formal word for a binding pact, a binding agreement that cannot be broken. I'm thinking about the Ark of the Covenant, in which they carried the Ten Commandments. Yeah, okay. I think this was an agreement that Moses had with God, that they agreed to abide by these rules, and God said He would look after them. Okay, so a covenant, a formal contract. Yeah. So for example, yeah, okay, a covenant about civil rights, a covenant between two countries. It's a promise, a contract, an agreement, a commitment. Yeah. It's very, and as I said, it's very often used in legal contracts, particularly the verb to promise to do something. Yeah, in this contract, I covenant to do the following. Yeah, I covenant to do each of the following covenants, or things that I will and won't do. Notice as well, in British English you can covenant money to a charity. This is like the American word to pledge. You could make a gift through a covenant, and then you can probably get the tax back from it as well. So you guarantee to give a certain amount to a charity. It's like a document. Yeah, and then you can get the tax back on it, off it, because it's a donation, or maybe the charity can get them back. But the American idea of a pledge. Yeah. Yes, here we go. God's promise to the Israelites and their commitments to worship Him alone. So they promise they're only going to worship Him, and I guess in return, He will be their God. Yeah, but so a really, really posh legal word for an agreement. Okay, so to covenant, to make an agreement, but this is formal. Let's see. I would give this word, I think I'd give it an 8 in formality. I would definitely not use it in an informal conversation. I don't think I would even use it in a semi-formal conversation. You might just use it in a semi-formal writing. A formal writing or a legal document is the is the best place to use it. Yeah. And then as to origin, well, this word comes from Latin, conveniens, convenientum, agreeing, suitable, convenient, from convenio, con, with, together, and venio, to come, so to come together. Well, yeah, people come together and make their agreement. Okay, so yeah, a covenant, a formal agreement, a formal promise between people. Yeah, a formal agreement to pay money to a charity, to pledge money. Um, yeah, okay, so it's like making a formal pledge. I covenant to do this. Yeah, huh. He made a covenant with the devil. That would work quite nicely as well. Yeah, but still a very formal written agreement in which what you must and mustn't do is stated. Yeah, or in which somebody promises to do something or promises to pay someone. Yeah. So in the rental contract, there's a covenant that says the person who rents the house, there's a covenant that says they can't keep animals in the house, for example. Okay, and this is the idea of a covenant. To officially agree to do something. Yeah, and this is what you're going to see on the small print at the back of an insurance form or something like that. Okay, so enough covenant. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Covenant.